Hi, Cancer. This is Jess with your September mid-month reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Cancer, yes, some of you definitely are still the energy from the last spread, the first 2 months, first 2 weeks, excuse me, is still persisting in this reading for some of you. So, my condolences for those of you that are going through. Some of this has to do with the storms that's out there. So my condolences for those of you out there that has been affected by the storms. Others of you, it's not a storm. Others of you, it is some form of loss that you have recently have dealt with. Someone passed on, some severe loss you're dealing with right now. And I'll get into the other details, but just for those of you that's dealing with a loss of a loved one, my condolences goes out to you. I know that it's very confusing right now, and you are getting words of encouragement and people checking in on you, and you've had your time of solitude, and you're starting to feel like you can kind of see the sun come out again, like you're starting to reconcile your emotions, try to get balanced again. But be gentle with yourself, because it is a process. It is a road, and some of you may find solace in the church, religion, prayer, that sort of thing. So give into that. Definitely, if you feel more calm and more at peace and at oneness, going to church, possibly going to counsel with a church member, with a church goer, that sort of thing, probably having someone come over and pray with you, that sort of thing. It looks like that's going to bring you a sense of calm for those of you that relates to. So again, my condolences. But it looks like this spread looks a lot better than it did the last spread that I pulled for the first 2 weeks of this month. And it looks like as we get by the time we get to the end of the month, it feels like you're going to be able to get out again, physically be out. And so that looks good. Okay. So now, others of you, it looks like there could have been some disappointments at work. It looks like it's what it looks like to me. Like everything was just great. Like as they say, everything was fine like a week ago. Everything was just fine. And I feel like maybe because you kind of took a break from the status quo, like every time I got to come to work, I got to hang out with these people. I have to, play this politics, that sort of thing. It looks like maybe because you could be going through your own internal stuff, your own personal stuff, your own whatever. And some of you could be going through personal stuff outside of work. And so you're kind of being very, introverted at work. People may be saying, hey, what's going on? You want to go out to lunch? And you're like, no, not, no, I brought my lunch, or I'm going to eat in, or I'm going to eat at my desk, or, just really not taking as many phone calls. So I do see like trying to rebalance yourself, not doing the same that you would normally do at the workplace. There could be because there was some type of disappointment that could have come from someone. You may even experience that someone's being distant from you. If they are, just tell them that you're here whenever they're ready, and give them their time, because people are going through whatever they're going through right now, and they're going to need a minute. There looks like there is going to be, at the workplace, there's that at the workplace. Okay. If there was some, like you lost a client, there was some issues with, some issues at work. Yes. You lost a client, is, or there's been some issues at work, your performance, that sort of thing, which is not typical Cancer, but it can happen. It'll be fine. Things will work out. You'll get on the other side of it. So I don't see you guys stressing, but I do see like there's just like this disappointment, like, and then confusion around the situation. Like, what the hell happened? And it's kind of, you're being a little harder on yourself than even others are perceiving you. So again, don't be so hard on yourself. Be a little bit more ginger. We all make mistakes. If you've had a problem at work, we've all made mistakes. So, this too shall pass. If you guys are looking for work, it looks like an opportunity will come. It doesn't seem like it's coming in the first 2 weeks for some of you. It looks like there's going to be a couple of disappointments. So if you out there physically looking now and you're interviewing right now, it doesn't mean that this relates to you. This is not a personal reading. So do not start psyching yourself out and taking this as a literal personal reading. But this is a forecast for, in a general sense, for those of you that's under the sign of Cancer. There's a probability that this may happen for some of you. Okay. That is in an active search for employment. That being said, you may experience a couple of disappointments before you actually, get the right place. Okay. And that's fine, because you know what? You don't want to get stuck someplace that you're not going to like it. They're not going to like you. It's only going to be temporary, blah, blah, blah. So there's that. You may get a couple of disappointments before you're at the one. Okay. So it could be anywhere. For some of you, it could be a month away. It could be a week away. It could be, when I say a week away, that means that you've already experienced some disappointments. And it's like, yeah, now it's here. Others of you could be 3 weeks up to a month for some of you. Okay. But it looks like an opportunity is going to come. So just be patient and be, again, ginger with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'll tell you, like I believe I told Taurus, this month, the rest of this month is going to pass. And that's eight weeks. So it could be like another month now. It could be 8 weeks for some of you. It could be 3 weeks for some of you. It just depends on when this fast energy started. But it could be the next 8 days. It's gonna like bam, bam, bam. You're gonna blink and like we're gonna be into November. Like really, I feel like that. Like it's gonna be like you're gonna blink and we're gonna be in November. It's gonna like, what the hell happened the past 3 months? Or where have I been? Like you're gonna feel like that. Like time is gonna be moving really fast for you guys. Others of you, if you're in an existing workplace, I feel like there's been some disappointments from this job. Some of you you may be confused about, is this the right place for you? Are you going to still be here? That sort of thing. If you're looking, you may get a new opportunity. So if you're at an existing job, but you don't feel like this place is very stable, or it's not the type of place that you want to be, if you've been actively looking, it looks like an opportunity is going to come your way. Okay. If you've not, you may feel like, everyone was fine with you before, but it looks like either something was said to kind of put you in a funk. Okay. I'm not seeing paranoia in a sense, but they may reassure you like everything is fine. You're fine. We're fine. You're good. Like we're fine. So some of you, whatever this thing was, because it doesn't give me the specifics about what happened. How did it get to this point of where you're feeling so disappointed? And at a loss for things, you may not feel like this is the right place you fit in. You may feel a little bit, again, isolated, that sort of thing. You're going to get better. It looks like the next 2 weeks and up until I want to say like 3 months, you may feel like, okay, this is good. Even though you may still be actively looking, the environment at the workplace is going to be good. So now love. Now love is definitely an issue here. Some of you definitely are going through some heartbreak. And you're confused because maybe the person from your past they're trying to reach out to you. They're trying to reach out to you. And that makes it even more confusing because you're like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we got together not too long ago and it was great and it was fine, but I feel like you've been distant, or after you guys got together, the person was distant, you were distant. And it's like, that bred that level of confusion. And now here this person comes again trying to say, well, I want to see you. Why don't we work on things, that sort of thing. And you're like, no, I don't like you. Where were you? That type of thing. Or, you're taking me for granted is what I'm getting. You feel like you're being taken for granted, or someone, because it doesn't necessarily mean that it's you. Your mate may feel like they're being taken for granted. Like you're taking someone for granted, And so I do see that there's this disappointment. Now, at the core of things, you really want to reconcile with this person, or they want to reconcile with you. But there's just this space that you guys are still dealing with. Like the person isn't necessarily being responsive because they may feel like, okay, if it's you and you feel like you're being taken for granted and now this person's popped back up out of the blue and now you're not necessarily, you may not put them completely on ice, but you're not being very receptive, and you're like, you know what? I deserve a relationship. I deserve to, be married one day. I deserve something that's real with someone, not someone who's going to play these, games, and you may find like as we get to the end of the month, you may feel like, you know what? I'm going to start pursuing other things. I don't feel like you're going to be out there, especially Cancer women. I don't feel like you're going to be out there just out and about. I feel like you may entertain other opportunities. Like there could be other people that, have interest in you. And you may say like, you may just realize for yourself, like, I have other options. I don't have to sit here and, cry my eyes out or be so hung up with you. Like, it's affecting my work. It's affecting other areas of my life because I'm dealing with the situation with you, when if you want to take me for granted, then I'm just going to move on and I'm going to start focusing on myself. So it could be like, your own business, work, whatever's going on in your life, you're going to start moving forward in that. And that's where your focus is going to be. And again, like I said, things are going to be moving really fast. I don't feel like that's going to stop the person from contacting you, that sort of thing. But there is an element of you moving forward as we get down to the end of the month. Now, for those of you that's in a relationship and that's not necessarily your situation, it looks like some of you could be going through some issues as a family, as a couple, right? And it looks like if you're in a trying time, like if you're going through a trial right now as a couple, it looks like there's an opportunity for a reconciliation, and one of you could be trying their very hardest to amend the relationship, to, your mate may be giving you gifts, or you may be giving them gifts, trying to do whatever. And you're like, okay, I got these gifts and all of this other stuff. But there's still the jury's out, because based upon whatever went on, your mate could have went out for a good time or something and met a few people. And it's like, now it's not clear if there's been some dirty dealings going on, that sort of thing. So getting on the other side of that, or you could just be dealing with an issue as a couple, like you lost a child, you lost a family member, or you guys are going through some type of loss, and therefore, you're leaning on one another. Or I don't feel like you're necessarily leaning on each other. I feel like you guys are coping emotionally separately. You're not, the basis of that marriage is there, that relationship is there, you live together. But I feel like whatever this crisis is put you guys on two ends of the spectrums. That person has really become very reclusive and introverted, and you're trying, specifically Cancer women, I feel, you're trying to kind of alchemize the situation, bring things back together. But this person is really, your mate is really going through, they're in a dark place right now, whatever this circumstance, loss that they're going through. So, even if you're not married or in a relationship and this is an ex or a distant significant other, and that they're going through a dark place, you may reach out to them, may not get them, that sort of thing. And then, regardless of what it is, it's like they're just going through it right now. So you may come to terms with that as we get to the end of the month, and you say, hey, I'm here. That's like I was saying before, that's the best thing you could do, is say, I'm here. You just know I'm here. And if you need me, you know how to reach me, that sort of thing. So that's what I have for you guys, for the remainder of 2 weeks. I know it's frustrating when you don't have any of these circumstances going on, and you would love for me to just touch on your specific situation, but I have got to focus on the major elements, because I'll be here for like 3 hours, but I do hear a lot of that, people wanting specific understanding in the general readings, and I do feel your pain. So that's what I have for you guys for the remainder of 2 weeks. If you would like to share with us how this relates to you, please do so in the comment section below. Please, please, please. I would love to definitely hear from some of you guys that can relate to this. And if you would like a personal counsel with me, I can be reached in the description box below, as well as the beginning and end to this reading. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care.